I could not find a picture of sunny border blue for sure. So I'm just going to put a bunch of Veronica pictures up here.
Well, sunny border blue was introduced by my father in the late 1940s. It is what my father called nurseryman's blue, and nurseryman's blue is anything from pale lavender to violet or purple, at least by my father's term. I would say it is a lavender blue. Sunny border blue is a little darker in color than the upper center picture that you have.
Yes.
A very sturdy, upright plant. Mind you, there are many Veronicas that are prostrate that are really ground cover types, and there are many short ones. Excuse me. The flower stems are spiky, and again, the colors range from white to pink to lavender to purple to violet, but no real red in there. Pink, yes, but no red.
They're great cut flowers, and they bloom repeatedly if you keep cutting them, which is really nice.
They're nice. All right.
Okay, and that takes us down to your last couple, the yucca.
Yucca. Again, center of focus plant, a plant that sort of will put together the whole garden into an art form. Okay. You need, whether you're painting or whatever, you need something that's going to attract the eye to the center, and then everything else falls in place. Otherwise, it'll be an amorphous mess. Maybe that's too strongly stated, but that plant does extremely well, as do a number of others that I've mentioned. But this one especially does well in that function.
And it looks good even in the winter.
And it's native. Go ahead.
Looks nice in the winter too.
Right.
I mean, those pictures are right now.
Yeah. Okay. So, and
we have a request for a closing note. Squeaks is wondering if you guys could give a sort of favorites gardens to visit, Cheryl and Piero. Whether you have, they said like Panera's pick 2 entrees. What would be your gardens of choice to tour?
Well, I'm gonna give you a couple gardens in Connecticut, if you will. There's 2 in Washington, Connecticut, which is west of here. One is the garden of Barbara Robinson, and the other one is the garden of George Sholkoff. I think they both have websites.
Well, that would be under the Garden Conservancy.
Right.
They have open days under Garden Conservancy.
One other garden I would recommend is one that is John O'Brien's garden, which is in North Granby, Connecticut. And all of them, we don't have websites. So I'll mention them again. Barbara Robinson, Washington, Connecticut. George Sholkoff in Washington, Connecticut. John O'Brien in North Granby, Connecticut. All of them are sensational gardens, and they're not necessarily open all the time. You have to contact them for open days.
And there are some questions that I saw going by in chat that I'll send out the chat transcript from this, and we'll put that in, including the Garden Conservancy information, so people can find the open days.
Okay.
I like the Denver Botanical Garden. If you're talking about botanical gardens and you find yourself out that way. If you're out east here, the Coastal Maine Botanic Garden is great.
Coastal Maine, yeah.
I know Chicago, of course, the Chicago Botanical Garden is really one of the foremost in the country, as is the Missouri Botanical Garden.
Well, let's wrap up and say warning. Cheryl warned me that Pierre just put ferns on the list because he loves all ferns. We'll have to do a whole separate thing on ferns for Pierre, because we need to wrap up.
It's a whole underlooked area of planting, and ferns can do so much in a woodland setting. Almost all of them are shade lovers, a few exceptions, but yes, maybe that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be cool to do. And then
All right.
you wrapped up with forest.
And ornamental grasses, my favorite of all is the Japanese forest grass. Hakonechloa macra aureola. Aureola is the one on the upper right. There's a gold form on the lower right, and there's a green form, but there are another bunch of variations. They go very nicely, and again, in shade. Like most Japanese natives, they like moisture. They don't want to be totally dried out, but they'll grow in full sun if there's enough moisture.
I like your combination up there with the corydalus and the hellebore and the hosta with the forest grass. It's really a very nice combination in the top left.
And that garden, by the way, is entirely full of spring blooming bulbs that have long gone dormant.
And it's also got Silphium terebintianum, which is to the left of that.
Well,
Yeah. Well, we've had a great time,
Yeah,
guys.
it's fun.
Thanks so much.
I do want to point out about the forest grass that the heights are different. This is an accident that Steve accidentally did for us. We have a caterpillar in a garden where the all green.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
so thank you very much. Oh, return
back.
to return to
Go
the. Okay,
back
wrap up.
up,
There we go. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and tell you that there's a lot of good books, as well as a lot of good gardens for collectors, but we don't need to encourage you anymore. Just go out there and open your catalogs the next day that it's not blue outside. Thank you, Cheryl and Pierre, very much for being with us.
Oh, thank you. Have a lovely weekend.
Yeah.
We
everybody
will. Everybody will. Thank you for
All
being
right.
with us, and we shall see you again next time. These are just pretty pictures.
That's
great.
nice.
Oh boy.
Thanks so much, Jean-Pierre and Pumpkin. Thank you for making a special appearance.
much.
Thank you, Sonia.
Lovely
Of
pictures.
course.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sonia.
Join us.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Join us for
Bye.
season 5, people.
Yep.
Yep, please do.
There.
Join us.
Oh, wait, we're not Longwood Garden, sorry.
Uh-oh.
The next time we'll be back next week, and we're talking about front row perennial. Renata Rivitz will be with us here. Thank you for being here. Thanks for your patience, and look for the chat transcript. I'll answer those questions that zipped by us there.